Hey everybody, it's Dr. Quinn here, and I want to go over your schedule for week 6. This is almost it. We only have 2 weeks to go, and I want to review what we're doing in English 255, this World Lit section that we've got here. Okay, so the week starts tomorrow. We're going to be finishing the Altered States module, which is module 4, and you are going to provide, for me, a research literary essay proposal, so I'm going to go over that in this video. You'll note I did move the quiz, the quiz. I think I misspoke a little bit. This discussion was formally in the prior week, but I decided to go ahead and move it into this week because you had a lot of reading in a small space, and this does give you a couple more days to finish the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde readings, to take the Cervantes on Don Quixote quiz that you would have read for last week. So this just provides a little bit more balance. Please note, this research literary essay proposal is due Tuesday, which means in 2 days. The idea is that you get feedback and approval from me before you start that research. And then you have a final week to do 2 final assignments, the reflection presentation and the literary essay. So let's go into our Canvas shell and let's take a look at what's what. So if you go into the modules, you'll see here that we're going to scroll all the way down to module 4. You're still doing readings from the module, including Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And you are going to also perform this literary essay proposal. You've also got that quiz. So I'm actually going to move Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. These 3 things right here are what we're focusing on in week 6. The Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde discussion, and you can see that it was moved. And if you go here, of course, you can find those original readings. Discussion, I think you're pretty familiar with doing the discussion boards, main post Thursdays, responses Sunday. So you have until Thursday evening to finish the reading of that. It's a shorter novel. It's like a novella, but you definitely want to do the readings. I'm going to be spending particular amounts of attention to see how well you understand the story structure and the characterization. So general points aren't going to really fly for this discussion. In-depth data with page numbers from the course reading will. Okay, and you've got your quiz on Cervantes. So you definitely want to have done that reading in the prior week because we had the social annotation based on it. Now, this literary essay, while this proposal is not graded, you want to do this. And the reason you want to do this is you want to make sure that your ideas will function well in the upcoming paper. So you're going to submit a 1-page research literary essay here. You will select a text. Remember, some of the readings that were in the prior modules weren't specifically talked about in the discussion, or maybe you didn't choose that option. And so now you have the opportunity to cover your bases. I consider it a student leveling up if they're covering a text that they had not written about before. So this is your opportunity to show your well-roundedness on the material we've covered in world literature here. You will, like we've been practicing, find a recent journal article about your text. We've practiced that in prior content, and if you have any questions, I'm available Tuesday during the day. Unfortunately, on Monday, I'm back-to-back with my English 111 conferences, but Tuesday I'm available, so let's set up time to work together. I can help you choose the right topic and you research before you post this by Tuesday night. You're going to gather at least 3 other sources. So one needs to be a peer-reviewed academic journal article, and then the others are additional. You need to have 5 sources on your proposal's works cited page. Then you're going to write a 1-page document. I do want you to format this in MLA style, explaining what you hope to accomplish. Like, what are you going to find through the primary text is the actual reading that you do. The secondary sources are like the peer-reviewed and all of that. These are all the secondary sources right here. Explain, and we've practiced this before, so my one recommendation, and I'm going to put down here, is any assignment we've asked you to talk about how a text is relevant today is not applicable for the final assignment. All right, so for example, I just added this important note and I put it in red. You cannot reuse texts and arguments from prior modules in which you've already argued for explaining modern relevance of a historical text. For example, Yeats's The Second Coming cannot be used for this assignment. Just for clarification, we don't want to redo the same thing we've done before, but you can use that text as a primer or as practice for the type of content we're looking at here. And if you want to know what that assignment actually covers, the literary proposal is covering this research literary essay, right? You're going to be writing a much, the proposal was due the prior week. This is step one. You will have already done this. Okay. Guidelines to follow. You're writing a 45-page, double-spaced, assignment. So you're writing a much more in-depth argument, and that's why you need all that outside research. I'm going to do a full video for this, at the end of week 6 to help prepare you for what's happening week 7, where you have 2 final assignments and no modules in week 7. So again, as a final reminder, you've got the discussion, main post Thursday, responses Sunday. You've got a quiz that's just due by Sunday. And earlier on, I'm actually even going to move this up just a little bit. The research literary essay proposal, and I'm going to edit the title so you can see due Tuesday. Just so everybody knows. And you can see those due dates in the course schedule. So if you have any questions for me on what is happening this week, you're doing a little prep work for your final big project, and you've got these 2 assignments due as well, reach out and let me know.